We're now going to have the last presentation from the University of Lorraine. Initially, Davi Monticolo was to be presented, but we're joined by Rumata, who will be presenting on his behalf. So thank you, Neil, for joining us, and please, I'll give you the floor.
Thank you, Miraya. Today, I will be talking about one best practice we at the University of Lorraine work on. Please move to the next slide. In the University of Lorraine, we do multiple innovation events that enable the university to collaborate with industrial, governmental entities, and have civil society. And one of these events are the 72 hours of agile and digital practice, where the objective is to have different students from our university, and we are now collaborating with other universities in order to implement this approach. So the students have 72 hours to work on and develop a prototype by applying agile process and methodology. And this enables us to teach the students the agile method while actually practicing it with experts and industrial representative. Please move on to the next slide, please. So the 72 hours agile and digital practice introduces in the beginning the methodology to the students, and each team have the task to work on a prototype of digital innovation by applying digital innovation methods. And we have representatives from the different companies that are permanently here and that move from teams to another. And so we have different team working on the same problematic. And at the end, they will have like present their prototype in front of a jury and be ranked on their project. And the challenge is led by certified agile coaches, so that he can like come and visit each group, and then actually help them like on their practices and on their approaches. Please move on to the next slide. Here are some of the enterprise that we have worked with, such as Air France, and we have other university that we have worked on. Every year, like per university, we have 3 industrials that we work with. And for the preparation of these events, we actually do 2 meetings with each of the industrial entity or the government who is the problem holder, and we help them define their problematic in order to actually enable the students to work on it. And sometimes some universities, some industrials who are not familiar with our approach, we do like training with them before the event. And during the event, we have a succession of themed phase. So like it's predefined, and we do like a small course in the beginning of the event, and then we introduce the problematic, and then we set the student to work on their project. And so we have facilitators who are present on every step of the way in order to make sure that the progress is going through well. And the industrial visits the teams in order to make sure that their solution aligns with the need they envisioned. And at the end of the project, as I mentioned before, we have the jury that has the presentation and evaluate the prototypes, and we do a small event closure, and this usually allows us to have more work with these industrials. Can we move to the next slide, please? And so as a result, we have a synergy created between the students and some of the industrials representative. The digital functional prototypes that are used usually as a proof of concept and enable us to do further contracts with these industries. This may lead to having internships, PhDs, and sometimes the students are recruited directly and find their contracts, and teams present their result in front of, and this helps them to do pitches and demonstration as a practice. Some results, please move on to the next slide. Here are some examples of outputs. We have innovation platforms. They can work. They have the liberty to work on rather developing a prototype on mobile, on a PC or a web platform. And please note that just last year we were able to not only develop this innovation event in the University of Lorraine, but we also had 3 other universities in France where we went as coaches and helped them develop and implement this approach. Davy also went to Canada and organized an innovation event in Canada and in Morocco. And this helped us to have university project with these countries, but also work on the ecosystem with them, following and having more project and more. We also have in our, like in my work group, 2 students who work with Canada and 1 student who work with Morocco on a project that was led by this or initiated by this innovation event. That's it for me.